More!
Lunch break! What's up, guys? We have a special guest. Dan's back again.
Dan, aka
What
Dan.
up? Is this
Also
your...
known as Dan.
So, some exciting news, guys. In case you didn't know already, Far East Movement has a new album out. It just came out on October 21st. It is an amazing album.
It's so good.
And we always knew that they were talented. I think it's truly exciting that, you know, this is like their album. It's like the biggest thing you could do as like your piece as a musician.
I'm here today especially is that Far East Movement's actually the reason why we know each other. So they introduced us to the very first ISA concert. I remember like going up while you guys were doing the meet and greets and then introducing myself like really like very quickly. Hey guys, it's Dan. Just wanted to say hi.
Hey guys.
We ended up meeting up after that though, and now I'm here.
The first ISA concert was 2008. So this was almost a decade ago that we first met. And you're right, yeah, like it was through FM. So in case you guys don't know, ISA is a second channel that we have that focuses on Asian American like entertainment, culture, art. We founded it with Far East Movement, but Dan is basically the reason why it's still alive right now. So thank you very much, Dan.
Thank you. And so I remember going to the very first ISA concert and seeing Far East Movement, you guys up on stage, and it was a really big moment for me. I remember like being really inspired from that.
This was even before Far East Movement had Like a G6 and Rocketeer and like Girls on the Dance Floor. Like these were like huge songs in the early 2010s.
Back in the day.
That's crazy that these are like old songs.
But this album though is cool because it's like a really big fusion of like not only like hip hop music but like electronic music and then K-pop music.
Everyone's listening now. They're like, they were just whatever, and now they're like, what?
They've got like some huge artists on the album though. They've got Tiffany from Girls' Generation,
Yeah.
Chonyeol,
Annie, Chanyeon.
Shonyeol,
You're
You know,
Korean.
That's so funny. He's the Korean, she's Japanese, and her Korean's better.
way better than me. Hyolun,
Hyodin.
Hyorin.
This is why you're on.
Sister.
This is why you're on the
This
Asian
is why I need to
episode.
learn. Yeah. Well, they've got like Tinashe on the album. And it's just like a really big global
They also have
international
Soulja
thing.
Boy.
They do. They've got Soulja Boy.
Soulja Boy and Macy
That's a
Gray.
little-
Like
yeah.
it's such a wide array of like great artists.
It's cool though.
And a lot of people have been asking like, oh, like yeah, what have they been up to since like a G6? And like they've had like EPs.
They have so many
They've been doing
singles.
yeah, they've been doing a lot of like independent projects and stuff. I think it's also important to say that FM as Asian American musicians is also just huge. And like that's something that needs to be talked about in itself because there's so few Asian Americans that are out there like, you know, on the mainstream level doing music. Because they had G6, now they're kind of like part of that crowd, you know? And even G6 was something that I think even they were kind of like, whoa, like I can't believe this happened. Like they were #1 on the Billboard. You know? Like, I can't believe
Keep it up on me.
like chart, and that has never happened for like an Asian American group.
And it hasn't been replicated. It hasn't happened since then.
Asian American artists like in music, like can we even name any right now?
How about you name 10 Asian American artists and I'll try to name 10 K-pop artists.
Okay. David Choi.
XL.
Far East Movement.
No, wait.
I should be having a harder
sister.
time. Jenny Suk.
Girls' Generation.
Kina Grannis. I'm trying to think like
Psy.
Psy.
Counts.
Counts, side counts. Well, I think like the point is that you list off some
Like some YouTubers,
YouTubers, right?
YouTube based, not radio based.
Like, you know, unfortunately, like there is that difference in terms of people that have made it onto the charts.
Yeah.
Asians. Who's there? Asian, like
Asian American.
Yeah. The last Asian on the pop charts was actually Jay Sean.
There was that one, Black Eyed Peas.
Oh, Apple.
Yes.
Apple.
Oh, how could we forget Jin, the MC?
Oh, Jin.
That's
Who's, like
Huge innovator.
That's
even
pioneer.
Even in influence to FM.
Even influenced like me in a weird way. Like, I mean, even though I'm not a musician, I remember being in college. This was before YouTube, and like he was on BET in the Freestyle Friday. I heard about it, and like I went on like Napster to find like video clips of it. And I watched the video clips of, you know, just killing it, and I was just like, oh my gosh, there's an Asian person
You
that can
felt-
rap, and like I feel cool, like,
And, like,
you know.
but we've met Jin, and he's like so humble and like such a nice person.
A little bit.
I mean, I think it's cool that FM's G6, like people like the song, and if they found out they were Asian, it wasn't like,
It
oh,
didn't matter.
I don't like. It wasn't like that. It was like I like the song. It's in my head.
Well, I think the same could be said for like after that they had Rocketeer, and then they also had Illest, which blew up quite a bit too.
Those are well.
And then Bang It to the Curb came after that, which is also pretty catchy, and like they actually like rap about K-Town in that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
You remember more than I do.
Ashley's got a very well trained for
It's-
these Asian American
A
artists.
plus.
it's because as a former ISA intern, you just gotta be proud of the bosses.
Yeah.
I got you guys.
If you guys ever want to work at ISA, you might end up at Wong Fu. Who knows? Contact this guy if you want to work at ISA.
You might not also. Gotta be real.
The one thing that I do think is cool about the community is that even though we do have maybe not a wide selection of maybe people that have made it, I do think that's opened up a big opportunity for like up and coming Asian American artists. So like YouTube artists, people that are finding their voices on the internet, and that it's actually opened up because there is that lack of Asian American artists. It's made them more special. And it's given some of the people that we really, really like, I think, opportunities that maybe they wouldn't have gotten if there was heavy saturation of like Asian American artists. They wouldn't have had chances like this to be able to perform and like get their music out.
For sure, yeah.
And it is really cool to see artists that we like be able to be out there and make a living off of what they're doing.
Oh yeah, totally, yeah.
Which I think is really, really special. Phil, you sing, right?
No, I don't.
Phil,
Wow. Is that where we're going? Where did that come from? No.
you dabble with the guitar.
I dabble with the guitar. I try to sing on a key and put together a melody. I'm good enough to know that I'm not good. I'm not bad, but I'm good enough to know that I'm not good. You know what I mean? It's gonna stay there.
The week.
That's my biggest hit. The end of the week, a Wong Fu week. It's Wong Fu weekend. Wong Fu weekend is my biggest hit, guys. Don't be trying to turn the attention on me, Dan, because you're the actual musician here, okay?
Yeah, you is.
We've even released one of your music videos on our channel. We've actually made a music video for you.
You've released 2 music videos. If I can get a little sappy, I do owe like
Oh.
basically my musical career to you guys.
No,
Because if that music video didn't come out, I wouldn't have had the encouragement to like continue doing what I was doing.
Your stage presence is insane.
It's so you're like a ball of energy.
it's-
my
it's-
God.
Dan transforms on stage.
It's infectious. But working on that first music video together was a lot of fun.
So Dan's a rapper. Like, you don't sing.
A rap sing.
You rap sing. I had to like coach you through rapping movements.
Yeah.
Number one rule of being a rapper, you gotta know the rap movements.
What are they?
Phil taught me a lot of 90s
It's these?
rap videos, particularly Busta Rhymes had a lot of clips where it's them like getting close to the camera and then doing some arm movements.
It's exactly, yeah,
Cla-
exactly.
exactly like this.
As an Asian American musician, like, how do you view the landscape? And you're obviously a very positive person. Let's be real. Like, it's still it's like there are still stigmas that you have to deal with. There are.
Yeah. No, definitely. I think that the opportunities are still less.
Yeah.
Obviously, if somebody, regardless of whether or not they're thinking about race, I think race still gets played into how you associate with your music. And I think that for a lot of people listening to an Asian American artist, if they know that they're Asian, they're not going to be, even if it's like a love song, and even if it's like a general love song, if they know that it's an Asian person singing it, I think that it still affects people subconsciously, whether or not they want to get really involved in that song. To the greater America, yeah, I think it still affects us. On the other hand, though, again, I'm super proud of being an Asian American artist. This is something that I actually, I preach it at shows that I go to, that I'm really, really proud to say that I'm an Asian American artist. My music still comes from a very interesting Asian American perspective, because this is, even if my love song is a general love song, it's a love song that's been affected by the fact that I was an Asian person growing up, and these certain things affect me because I'm Asian American. If they're just Asian American, that's fine. If they find it to be relatable, then I've done my job, and I feel really, really proud and honored to be able to do that. On the negative end, yeah, sure, it's really difficult still. There's a lack of us. Honestly, like, we need more artists. Like, it's very difficult. There isn't this new upbringing of Asian American musical artists. Hit us up. We want to know who you are.
FM having like a G6 or a #1 single or whatever, it's like, that was 6 years ago now. And I'm just like, in 6 years, how come there wasn't 10 other FMs that tried to come up? I feel like in any other community, that would have happened. Like, if there was like someone that really made it, there would have been 20 more people right behind them saying, okay, we want to do too, we want to do too. Maybe I'm not aware, maybe I don't go digging deep enough, but like, maybe we saw it once and we're like, oh cool, we did it, and then do we just get complacent and everything just went back to normal, and that was just a fluke? Is it just we're not trying hard enough, or
It's a
what,
generational
you know?
thing. It'll be our kids. Our kids are going to be the ones that are really going to express their creativity, and we're going to be the ones that nurture that and promote it and encourage them to do that.
Could you say that YouTube, for lack of better words, easier because it's the people at home that have control over what they see, so that's how someone becomes popular. So in that case, the Asian American community does have control over who gets out there, but for the music industry, unfortunately, the gateholders to this popularity on Billboard #1 and all of that, they're not Asian Americans, so they don't find value in the content. So to break out in the music industry, is tougher.
Music's extremely hard, but I would say like if you're trying to break into mainstream, I actually think it could be easier because it just has to be a good song. No one sees your face. If they see a video and we have Asian or a movie of ours, they're gonna judge it at face value. But if you just happen to hear a song, you don't know who's singing it, and you could just like the song and then find out later, oh shoot, that they were Asian. Like it's a more level playing field in terms of music at the very beginning. I think so.
And to add on to that, I actually think that speaks a lot to like EDM and electronic music,
right.
which is very much not about seeing the physical person.
Yeah.
It's more about the visuals behind them and then just really, really good songs, which is why Asians are killing it in EDM.
Really?
I think that's actually where we're making a really, really big impact on the music industry. Tokyo Monsta, Zoo, Mike Realm, Steve Aoki. Like, there's all of these really amazing Asian American electronic artists that are blowing up. They're not just drawing Asian American crowd. They're drawing like super general crowds. Like, they're selling out big arenas all around.
Headlining in
Yeah.
Vegas.
It's pretty incredible. So I think that actually speaks a lot to. I agree. It ultimately comes down to the song, but I think that we benefited from EDM becoming a thing.
Maybe like going back to what I was saying earlier about like where was the next FM? Maybe it wasn't like there needed to be a next FM in that genre. They just started in a different genre.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't listen to enough EDM. Maybe that's why. I'm super basic when it comes to EDM. I'm like Zed and Chainsmokers all day. So congrats to Far East Movement on their new album. We're so happy for them. If you're interested in their music, links below so that you can get the album yourself. Thanks Dan for coming on the show.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for repping Asian American artists.
It's a good place to be. I'm really happy to be able to talk about Asian American artists because it's something I think about all the time.
For sure, for sure. So follow Dan, links below also for all his social, and he has music coming up as well.
Yeah, he
and
do.
a documentary, ISA. Thanks guys, we'll see you next Thursday. Bye.